Oi! Welcome to the Not So Grandstand podcast. This is the FU.
Welcome back, Spoo.
Yeah, you know, man.
The intro is
he's
mixed up again.
He's back, you know, in the spotlight.
Back in action and back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Back in the team.
We can't bench. But in any case, it's the international break. A lot of racism happening.
Also,
and goals happening. Psych. But
goals.
you English people have more racism issues than we Bulgarian people have. Quote paraphrase. I don't know who said that.
I didn't hear any of the racism from our fans. It was the English fans that were out of order.
And they've all been saying it, you know. Like the manager says it first.
The goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper.
And the manager's like, I didn't hear any.
Yeah. Goalkeeper was like, I didn't hear anything. It was the English fans that are misbehaving. I'm like,
that's a good question. How can you tell somebody's nationality by the picture if they're all white people? You get what I'm saying? Like, no offense, buddy. But I'm saying, like, all of these people are white people, and
I'm gonna just say
kids.
What the kids that they were wearing?
Yeah.
So
Also,
then he put on a Bulgarian.
that's a little
kid.
racist.
It is a little bit racist, but it's
If
not.
that was
also.
the other way and I was saying it, those tweets would be coming up again.
Facts.
Which again, the other podcast a couple of weeks ago isn't at 100 likes. It might. I haven't checked. It might not even be at like 2. So, as Mtama said, if it hits 100 likes, was I said we'll show you the meme, and then Mtama said.
I'm not gonna say what I said.
So you have to go watch the video.
I've never said that. It had something to do with.
With what?
That's something to do with peepees.
Okay, so here's my issue, guys. The English national team, now the squad, Mr. Gareth Southgate.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. There are certain players in the Premier League that you pick for the national team, but you don't get them to play. Or certain players in the Premier League that don't.
Yeah. Basically, he picked when he came in as a manager for the World Cup, he picked his squad, and that's been his squad since.
Yeah.
More or less, obviously, with a few exceptions, but.
So, like, as a coach, there's certain players that you have, that you like. It's fine. But then there's other players who are performing way better than those players, for example, at the current state or whatever. So, as an international coach.
What position are you talking about now specifically, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham?
No. I think he's just talking about
in
the
general.
approach.
Yeah, how does
setting up the topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So intro.
Do it.
A man asking if club form should matter.
Yes.
Like that. So I think what he's doing is he's trying to build familiarity. So in his mind, it's like, this is my club, basically.
Yeah.
This is my club. This is my starting 11 that I play week in, week out.
Yeah.
Not just trying to rotate heavily, regardless of how they're doing at club level.
Yeah.
So like, if it's Trippier, who's my right back, it doesn't matter. If Wan-Bissaka is killing it, if Trent's killing it, if
James is killing it.
Yeah, Reece James is killing it. It's Trippier. It doesn't matter if Harry Kane hasn't scored in 10 games or if he's scoring 20 goals. Harry Kane's the guy.
Rashford will play.
And it's weird because he played, he scored a goal. Ross Barkley played, he scored 2 goals and assisted 1.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Oh, no. You can go. I was going to say maybe. His point is substantial. Niggas is laughing.
His point is niggas is laughing.
Yeah.
No, you can go. So my point is.
A man didn't look like he was ready to go and I wasn't going to go back and forth.
Oh, guys, I wish I got in more refreshments. Yes. Me too.
I will take halftime break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying the way that he's doing it, I don't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, but it's working. Ross Barkley is trash at Chelsea, but when he moves to England, he's Ross Gascoigne.
I want to say 2 things. Sorry for taking time, guys. But the 2 things that I want to say is, first, right? Who would you take out of the setup? Who would you remove?
Currently from the squad or
from
like
England. from England specifically, who would you remove? Because like the way I'm
The
seeing it,
starting lineup that was playing in Bulgaria,
Or just in
just the
general.
team.
NJ, you
In
know
general?
who the
Yeah.
team is,
Yeah, I know
right?
what it is.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, right? Okay, Rose is out because Shaw isn't there. That's how I see it. The rest of the back line,
Wait, please repeat.
So Rose
Shaw is the starting left back. Is he not?
No, Shaw is never the
Okay,
starter.
sorry, yeah,
So,
Shaw.
so you're saying Rose is in the equation because Shaw is injured and isn't in the equation?
Yeah, I think. Okay, so
Okay,
let's
I
take
see,
it
I
as
see.
2 players for each position.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they had just
Okay.
like 2. I think Chilwell wasn't there because Rose
Yeah.
was.
Oh wait. So I would say Chilwell
Shaw.
and Shaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pickford, Pope, right?
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah. What would we do? Is that
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Now the way I see it is right. Who's lacking?
Michael Keane is
Oh,
lacking.
who
would
Ross
you put in?
Barkley is
For
Um,
Michael Keane, not Ross Barkley. Who'd you put in?
Tomori is coming in.
Tomori. Do you
Yeah.
think that he's ready? Would you put him in right now and be like,
Well,
I
the
know
thing
that
is,
doesn't matter.
right?
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
then that is sort of also one of the other topics is what's the best approach to take in the international breaks as an international coach. So it's like, do you trust Michael Keane, who's played for you, who's a bit more of a senior player, or do you try and get Tomori in? So for me, definitely start working on Tomori now, because like he's starting for Chelsea, he's getting
Yeah.
in there, he's young, it feels like he's the kind of centre back that fits
Thank you,
alongside
man. That means
Maguire.
a lot. I'm moving chief.
It's,
yeah.
so he's the kind of
Minus.
centre
I'm just saying. What you said, no. Brand new points. Point. Minus. Let's minus. Let's trash talking about Man United for today.
Oh,
One bar less. Yeah.
Who's scared here?
hey,
Chief. Well done. Continue, man.
So for that specifically, it feels like Tomori and Maguire works as a centre back partnership. The like big physical one who wins all the stuff in the air, who's better like at reading the game, and then the like pacey one who gets around on the cover, who gets those tackles and is good at spraying the ball as well as Maguire. But he's just Tomori's a bit more forward and dribbling out from the back and all those things. So I'd start working on that and like start dropping out Keane. Stones is also a bit shaky.
Yeah.
That was the point that I was gonna make. Is like everywhere that you would take people out, right? I feel like it's a shaky position in general. I don't think that it's his fault. So if he sticks with the least shaky, however he justifies the shakiness, the shaky scale, right? If he sticks with the least shaky, I'm not mad at him for that. Because there's in the back line for England, right? Trippier has been performing well, right?
Yeah.
You could say Trent has been performing well too, and he deserves. You could say Wan-Bissaka could at least get a shout. In most national teams, he would get a look.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
he has, except he's been injured
Yeah,
for the
injured.
last few international
saying?
breaks.
So it's like every position, although he doesn't rotate that much. I think that if you have your players and you trust them like that, I don't see anything wrong with saying, go out and play. You are my guys in general.
Say,
Anyway.
this is my
You know?
team.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
the shit places just have more shit to back up the shit. You
Yeah.
get me? So it's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, but I think that's not quite the case because, like, for the players in this Barkley and Lingard, I feel like definitely need to be rotated for like and Dele
At
Alli.
least Dele Alli has been,
Yeah, so Dele has been pushed out a bit, but like those guys need to be pushed out for like Madison and Mount and those guys.
Yeah.
Lingard's out, right?
Well, he's
Well,
been injured, so
so
we don't really
It's
know.
not like
But he should be out. But that's the thing, Gareth. He likes those guys.
The second thing that I wanted to say, if you guys remember, was some dude had a theory. I don't remember where it's from, so I can't credit him, but it's not like anybody cares. The theory that he had was like international football just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how good of a player you are. It doesn't matter how good of how good you're playing in club form.
He supports
like,
Messi now.
No. He's actually English. He was talking about the English squad. He was saying like it doesn't matter. That's why Barkley and Rashford can go out and do because the style of play doesn't matter as much. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Spain came through with the style of play that was kind of well understood by everybody, they stood out because nobody else had that to say. We have a style of play, we're going to execute it to perfection, right? So it doesn't matter style of play, ability, skill. It's just scope, sleep, and dawn, which is like hit and hope. We're gonna just go and do this thing, and it doesn't matter if I'm good or not. But like somehow, some way, this is gonna
Yeah, and
happen.
then it feels like Southgate is sort of taking that approach because then
It's
if you're
creating a
taking that
system.
approach, it makes sense to stick with the same players and create sort of teamwork in a family
Yeah.
environment where it's not like you're like scared for your place. It's competition, and you're
Yeah.
just like stressed all the time. Am I gonna make it? Do I need to do this? Where you're like, okay, I'm getting comfortable. I know I'm gonna be playing with him, so I can create a relationship with him. And so, I guess that makes sense as well.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
one way to go about it. It's one way to go about it.
But for that matter,
Mhm.
for a system,
Mm.
I still think there's certain players in this England squad
Who can fit into the system better than the ones that are being
Yes.
placed there? Yeah, I also.
because they play the same football, right? Therefore, that's why they are called up at least. Even if you look at this, the English and even the young ones, the youngins.
Mm-hmm.
When Southgate came in, don't forget he was
Mm-hmm.
the young
Yeah.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was
You know,
there.
the
He took
Hazard coaches.
he
Yeah.
took them, some of them, and he's like, oh, I played with you guys.
Yeah.
Some of you guys for the first few games, you will sit on the bench. You won't like play, but just cause
Yeah.
we played, I'm trying to implement the system. We'll give you a look. You know. Okay, but look, my point is, the English guys now are playing. There's a system that they're trying to formulate there somehow. You know, even if it is still like Scott, Skeet, and Don or whatever. But like, there's players. For example, look, there's Ross Barkley. You know, Ross Barkley is fine. You know, but there's players who are better than him, who have the same impact and can even be better in terms of output. Ross Barkley, might get an edge there and work
Yeah.
rate. But in terms of output, you know, because I think now this system, they're trying to relieve pressure off of Harry Kane now.
Mhm.
Because, you know, like, look, there's
And
Sancho and there's Sterling. At least now that's better because there's Sterling, you know. Who,
Even Sancho was watching from the bench.
yeah.
Wow.
You see, look, so what I'm saying is, look, there's certain players there who are just like dead weight, you know. James Madison, bro, last season, he had a phenomenal season. Even this season, he's
Yeah.
work rates, everything. I feel like he's as influential as Barkley and even better.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
So I don't see why he's benching.
Yeah. But
I
then-
don't see why he hasn't started.
Yeah.
But I'm not the coach.
Yeah, that sort of also leads into the club form, international form, because
Yeah.
Barkley for Chelsea has done nothing this
Yeah,
season. He's
bruh.
gone on. He's been
Yeah,
terrible.
he's
He's
been
missed penalties.
dreadful.
Whereas
Bruh.
Mason Mount,
Even last
and-
season, bruh.
yeah, even last season, and Mason Mount and Madison last season were great.
Ev-
This season have been great, but then Barkley goes, starts, and scores. So it's like,
Yeah.
You see, so what's the whole point of competition at the end of the day?
Yo, what is competition? I'm trying to read.
What is
You
what?
understand? So
What is
this country, how are they
What?
planning on winning the Euros if they don't want to compete with each other within there? You know, because now it promotes you being comfortable there. You're
know-
gonna do gag. I'm gonna sit on the bench and let you do gag because now you know you're gonna play
Yeah.
after doing rubbish.
We can say that, but it's working.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah,
the
it's
players
working,
who are
yeah,
the most
but-
shit, according to us, are the players who scored.
Well, it's not the most.
The players who are the most replaceable. Barkley, for me, is probably the most replaceable person in that squad.
I actually don't know if I think Barkley is the most.
Okay, not
replaceable.
Barkley, but
I think Barkley has not.
Barkley shines there, but you know.
I think Barkley has not earned his place like
Yeah.
week in week out, club
Yeah.
level.
Mm.
But the job that he does, I don't think there are too many other people that can do this.
Yeah,
the
okay,
same
okay,
job
okay,
for Southgate.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think Trippier would be more replaceable in terms of a right back. They're like
There's
younger
yo,
right
yo, yo,
backs.
Yeah,
there's-
because-
there's a lot.
But I mean,
eat him.
I haven't actually watched Trippier since he moved to Atletico, so I'm gonna say I don't doubt that Simeone's made him a better player, because Simeone is probably the best defensive coach in the world, working with a defender whose
Yeah.
problem was defending.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe now Southgate's like, nice,
I mean,
Simeone made my
let's see.
job easier, but it's also like there are good options that are younger, but then it's back to the thing he likes,
Yeah.
He experienced
Consistency?
before, yeah.
where all the guys made it to the semifinals of the World Cup. So, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, but they're playing against the worst teams. No one had an easier run in the history
Yeah.
of semifinalists. So that's not saying much. But either way, other national teams do the same as well. Like in France, you have Laporte killing it. In England, everyone is gushing over
Yo.
him.
I won't pick
And they
you,
will
but
just-
you're not the
And then they're
best
gonna
there.
pick Zuma.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Zuma's nice.
Yeah, like every manager does their own thing. Benzema will have the best season he's had in years, but if the manager decided, okay,
But that was
Yeah,
some
that's
other
what I'm saying.
controversial stuff.
no, but
so-
that stuff died down way back. No one even remembers who Matthew Albaina is at this point.
Nah, I'm not remember him.
No, me too. That's why I said his name.
Okay, so.
But in general,
That was funny.
That was funny.
So yeah,
Funny guy.
That's why I said his name.
yeah.
Sorry.
It died down.
Arion.
But Benzema's still not back in the fold. Other people have, done bad things, get stripped of the captaincy. They come back, given the captaincy again. They do bad things, they get stripped again, but they'll come
They
back.
quit and all that.
De Gea.
Yeah, it happens. But like, maybe the manager just decided that I can do this without this guy. I can do this without,
Neymar with the shoe.
without Benzema, without Laporte, without Mason Mount, without Trent Alexander-Arnold. Maybe it's just that they would prefer their team than players who,
Because also maybe for this it's like, so the Euros is in less than a year now, so for those teams it's like maybe it's a bit, we don't need to start trying to build something new now. We need, because international jobs are very different from club jobs. Clubs you have to work on now and later, whereas international teams with like Euro qualifiers, you can pretty much say whatever squad England pick, they should qualify.
100%.
But then so it's like
correct.
we need, it was until they lost
Czech
to
Republic.
Czech Republic.
Never mind.
So then it's like you might as well work on the thing that worked in the World Cup, continue to build on that, because none of the players that were in that were like 33 and like on the way out, except like Ashley Young, who's been moved out completely, and he wasn't like pivotal. So it's like still keep the same guys there and just work with that for the next tournament. Then as soon as that tournament ends, then Tomori's playing every game, then Mount's playing every game, then Sancho's playing every game. But
Maybe that's what he'll do. Maybe he'll just
Yeah.
wait after the Euros.
Yeah,
So-
Callum Hudson will do a bench Rashford, hopefully.
But yeah, we've spoken
well,
about
wouldn't it
how-
be Sterling, Kane, and Sancho?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rashford will take him out of the squad completely.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm thinking Rashford's already on the bench. So
No, it's
Ah, he
completely.
plays.
It's like,
Yeah,
he plays, but-
completely. One thing.
so
If he doesn't step up,
Let him
yeah.
get up.
yeah, Rashford does
He
need
doesn't
to.
step
But that's
up.
the thing. That's club form, international form.
yeah.
So how much does that relate? Because
He stepped
again,
up.
he.
But good international form. Yeah.
So it's like, do the managers?
What are you gonna say, Power?
I was gonna ask a question, a Q. But say what you're gonna say, then I'm gonna ask the Q.
Okay, remember it. You got it in your head.
I
You're
got
not
it,
gonna
I got
forget?
it, I
Oh
got
wait.
it.
Okay, so, like, do international pick them off of club form, or how well they do whenever they're in the England or the international setup?
I think the club form has to be really, really bad or really, really good. For
To-
it to affect.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think like if you're Trippier and let's say I, Tino, manager of England, have formed a personal relationship with you, I'ma trust you. You're still my player, so I'ma still be like, you'll get through it. It's just a bad patch, buddy. Let me text your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like we know each other. Type. That's what I'm just trying to convey is that we know each other.
Yeah.
We know each other.
He knows your
So,
wife.
Yeah.
You know each other.
We know each other. You know what I'm saying? So I would understand why he'd be hesitant to take Trippier out the team.
You're having a
Trippier
bad form.
looks like
The text your wife. You know each other.
yeah, and then these guys just
Hey, that's some good man and woman management.
It looks like an
Facts, facts.
Piano dance there.
Continue.
Yeah, so I think that he trusts them and he has to, because
Yeah.
that's the bones of a good team. So I understand why he's doing it. I'm not mad at it, and I support it completely. I do think that, I do want Hudson-Odoi to replace Rashford internationally. I think that Rashford needs a break in general, and I would like him to just stop playing for a month if possible. I just want him to go sit down
Think about what he's done.
Yeah, like
In a
know,
bad boy.
Here's my
Sit in the naughty
quick
corner.
interjection on that. You know what I think? Real quick. Loan system, boy. He'll come up. He'll become a better man. Past
That is
but
You know
the
what
most
what can
I don't
cause
think.
that?
Yeah. I don't think
It
he
works.
needs. I don't think he needs
I
to
mean-
play more games.
You think he needs to play less games?
I think he needs to stop playing
I mean,
and then
That's the
realize why
Mourinho
he
approach as
why
well.
he
Oh, yeah.
wants to play.
Oh yeah, boy, that's a good Mourinho approach.
Yeah.
He did that to Samuel Eto'o, boy. A lot of players, you know.
Yeah, and
they'll
he-
tell you that
He killed
It
them
works.
with Martial and Rashford. He literally played them like that, and they were playing at their best. But we all forget that.
Yeah, what's
so
your
fast.
cue? What's your cue?
Please go.
Ah, no, it's gone now. I forgot.
Ah,
I shouldn't
so
have trusted me. Why did you trust me to remember?
I didn't trust you. But here's, I don't know if you can say the loan system works. I mean, it works when you're sending 40 out on loan. Then 2 of them will come back good, but
yeah, it works.
I don't, 1 for 1 might not work.
Wait, what do you mean? Like sending
Okay,
out
you
one?
You have 40 people out on loan.
Mhm.
It works for 2 or 3 of them to come back and be great in the first team. So that's not a very high success rate. So it's not like Rashford. will come
Don't
back
it's
nice.
soccer. It is because because let me tell you, the loan system is not always. It doesn't equate for these players playing in our squad. The loan system is for us to make profit. You understand?
Okay, wait.
Because they get game time, right? Somewhere else, they get exposure, value increases.
So you're
Some of them
saying-
are not even gonna make it professionally.
So you're saying for Rashford, we should loan him either for him to become a success or to make profit.
yeah.
I would.
No. But for
agree
me,
with that.
no. For me, I'm saying Rashford. I think right now you should take him out on loan, dog. Because right now the Man United scene is not for him, dog. Because now he wants to be paid there. What? You'd haven't.
I think what Smooth's saying is don't look at the Chelsea.
Yeah. Don't look
Not
at the
the
Chelsea.
Chelsea
I'm talking
loan
about the
system.
Rashford
Yeah,
issue.
look
Shit.
at what
the
Arsenal
Chelsea,
did with
yeah.
Jack Wilshere, where they were like, this guy is good. He needs to go become a man. Send
Yeah.
him to Bolton.
Yeah.
Comes back a man. Send Daniel Sturridge. This is Chelsea now, whatever. Send him to
Harry
Bolton,
Kane, use Harry
come
Kane.
back a man. Harry Kane is it's kind of different though,
Oh, so.
because he didn't become a man when he was out on loan. He became a man in the Europa League, and then he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this.
Use Axel 20.
I'm not gonna use Axel Tonzi.
Tomorrow.
I'm not gonna use
Okay.
because it's Chelsea.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just saying, you take your guy, you send him out on loan somewhere, and become a man. Because Rashford needs to figure out if he's a striker, if he's a winger, if he's for real.
Yeah, he needs to
a world
learn
beater,
a lot
or
of
if he's like
things,
a
dog,
walker.
yeah.
Or
Like
if you
Theo didn't go out on loan, and maybe that's what hurt him. Send him out on loan, let him go grow up, come back.
Yeah.
Either if he doesn't come back a man, you sell him.
Yeah, like Telefe type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that one is also.
Yeah,
weird.
that one is sad. That one. Eh?
I don't know if he comes back a man or if they just like
that's
him.
such a
regardless.
toxic relationship. They just like when they're a little desperate, they're like,
Bring
Yeah,
the
but
boy
with that
back.
whole
Take
Rashford
number
thing,
7.
dog, I think like it's where like he needs to go out somewhere and work extra hard. Like I don't know, a club somewhere.
yeah, He
Either
needs
in
to
another
not-
league.
not live like, not a glamorous club.
Yeah, you understand?
Some like shithole.
Not
kind
a-
of
okay, not
thing.
shit the whole.
No,
but like,
not
yeah,
all the way there, but
Yeah,
more in
Leicester,
that
Bournemouth,
environment.
Yeah,
even at Leicester,
Everton,
it depends.
Everton,
The bench. Don't get me wrong.
Everton.
I actually think Everton would be the best place for him.
Mm.
Because or even West Ham. Because we don't want him to go and play shit. We don't want
I
him to
also
be
don't know
like.
if he can take the step up to Leicester.
West Ham is
Yeah,
also.
because Leicester is competitive there as well.
No,
West
but
Ham
the thing is,
also.
Leicester
Leicester-
doesn't have wingers.
Well, he's not a winger. I think
Yeah, that's the
Leicester.
thing.
Harvey Barnes.
I think he's
no,
one
I'm
of
saying
the
with
few
Rashford.
strikers that would just slide in for Vardy, because then they're gonna be
Oh,
like
yeah.
similar style,
Pace.
He can run it
But he'll
behind.
cost them
But no,
opportunities,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
That man's gonna learn. He's
Yeah,
going
he'll
to
learn
miss
this, yeah.
the one opportunity in the game against City that would have won it 1-0, and then they're gonna go, get back, Vardy. You're back in the squad. Then he's gonna go.
Improve, yeah,
I
improve
missed
and
my one
look at
chance.
that.
What you really want is for him to be at a good team that's a shithole, which is why I kept saying Everton. It's a good
Okay.
team, but it's also a shithole. So if he messes up, it'll be like, ish, but who's gonna come in? Cenk Tosun. Just try again next week.
Where he needs to play every week.
Yeah, but he's still gonna have.
But I feel like he's not United right now.
I know it's different. There's more pressure. Also, at Everton, there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just here. Yeah, but there's. Anyway, I'm just happy we called Everton a shithole and we all agree.
Okay.
Wait. Everton is a shithole club. Needs to rebuild. Another shithole club needs to rebuild.
Is this the start of the video?
Yeah.
So therefore, Rashford, either way,
Segue.
It's fucked. Yeah.
is that what we say?
No, I think Rashford.
Because he's at United,
Already
he
said
said
that.
it should.
I think Rashford would aid Everton's rebuild, but he needs to make way for Mandzukic now. In this moment, he needs to make way for
Okay.
Mandzukic.
So we're starting with Everton. How they rebuild, nah?
Everton, I think, first of all, they need to get rid of the manager. He's
Big fan,
fraudulent.
boy.
Fraudulent. He's
He's
flopped.
been getting worse and worse and getting
Mm.
better and better jobs.
He's
And
coming
he's been
to
spending
us
a lot of
next.
money, per fraud.
Yeah, that man is a big fraud. He's like the second biggest fraud after Pele.
Yes, I thought that was gonna go somewhere else.
I don't know where you thought it was gonna go, but yeah, I was taking it to Pele. Second biggest fraud after Pele. It even feels funny saying now. I just mentioned that man in the same sentence as Pele. He's not good. Pele was okay, I guess. He did that one move where he finished people. This man finished no one. He left Everton in the relegation zone, having spent so much money, and
He hasn't left Everton yet.
yeah, and he's not going to. Why would he?
How?
How?
Eddie,
How?
that man would fix it.
Yes, you would.
Eddie would
That
fix
is
it.
exactly what I meant.
Exactly.
That is exactly Eddie.
Eddie Howe.
How? Oh.
Bournemouth.
He's not gonna leave. Hey, don't leave, boy.
Yeah, he shouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Good. He's got a good thing going. They
Yo, he's
they'll
killing
fix
it.
it.
What do they need? A midfielder, star
Who?
midfielder.
They
Bournemouth.
have. They
Who?
have.
Cook.
Yeah.
Cook is-
Cook was injured for a
He's
while.
coming.
bro.
They have
Oh,
Lewis Cook is
Lewis
amazing.
Cook was
They have-
amazing. He's been injured
Yeah.
for like.
I know
4
he's been
3 months.
injured. He's coming, Mus.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
They have Philip Billing.
Wilson.
Philip Billing,
Philip
Harry
Billing.
Wilson, but Harry
Okay.
Wilson's on loan. Jefferson Lerma.
They have Lemma. They have a nice midfield.
Lama's just okay, man.
Lemma does that. That's
They
his
need,
job.
they need okay. They need okay.
They need okay.
They
but you
don't-
can't
I'm
have
saying you have to go
too
up.
much nice. But
Yeah,
example, you'd be people would say that Busquets is okay.
Hey,
When Xavi
I
and
don't know,
Iniesta were
I don't know what people
no,
are
no, no,
saying.
no.
I
I'm
don't know
saying
what people are saying
okay,
this.
so guys, but like look, you don't need a player who's you don't need 3 Xavi
talking about
and
sexy?
Iniestas, for example. You know
Are you talking about
that's what
sexy?
Lemma is there for. Dog.
Do you think Cook is sexy?
Who?
I think Cook,
Yeah.
Cook is sexy.
It's not Iniesta sexy,
Yeah.
but he's sexy.
Okay, what
It's
is
Stevie
sexy?
G said it's not Stevie G, but you know
English
it's that
sexy.
yeah, English sexy dog.
What do you think it is? It's the nose.
Bruh.
Back to Everton. But yeah, so Everton relegation zone currently. We'll see what happens after the weekend. You never know. But they have problems, and the thing is, in each position, you're like, okay, that's a good player. That's a good player. Why are they even close to there?
Except for Fabian Delph, bruh, and Gomez. What
I
do
don't
you
think
do with
Fabian Delph and Gomez are bad.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm
And
saying. I think,
Schneiderlin,
I think they're good players.
those are the issues there, bruh.
'Cause, okay, so
You don't like Gomez?
who do you guys think needs to be replaced? Just quick yes no. Pickford.
Nah, it's
No.
good.
Replace doesn't like sit on the bench or
No,
like,
like,
leave or what.
No, just like not be in the starting lineup. Whether
Okay,
that
okay.
means buy someone else, play someone
Okay,
else.
okay.
Can I just say before every time I answer, I'll also be taking into consideration whether or not I think they can get a better player in that position. So
Yeah.
even if Pickford is
Yeah,
not in form,
realistic.
I won't say he needs to be replaced.
They're not gonna go out and get Donnarumma.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Pickford,
Nah. Stays.
Stay.
Luka Dean
Stay.
Stays.
stays. Yerry Mina,
Stay.
Michael Keane.
I think they can get new centre backs.
Both new centre backs.
Yeah,
Not- or even just
can I
one.
just say something?
Even just one. But I think
Oh,
we
Zuma.
just-
What do you mean? Ooh, it's the
Yeah.
truth.
Go.
They
Yeah.
wanted him, we rejected. They also
Yeah.
wanted tomorrow on loan.
That's the
We
centre back I had
rejected.
in mind, Zuma.
I'm telling you guys, they wanted
So-
both of them, we rejected.
Now we know. We,
Yeah,
we
I'm
know.
not, I'm not
It's
disagreeing. It's just
unhappy
it's just
man,
getting a
she's-
little predictable.
we know. Everton would be better if they were Chelsea. we know. Wow. Like.
The second greatest football analysis show behind comments under. Shut up, Poet and Vuj.
Nice.
Okay, so then right back, which
They
is
cute, nah?
They are kids.
Yeah, they like these boosters.
They look like slow.
What's wrong with slow?
That's
Slow
even
man.
slow-mo.
No, it isn't.
That's
I'm
even
just
slow-mo.
saying. I'm just saying.
Poet looks like Slogo. Let that ice go.
Actually, we should send him a picture. Put in a picture.
We should say him. Slow is our guy.
It's the hair, it's the hair.
It is the hair.
And the boy's skinny.
we need to try to get some clout from Poet and Vuj.
Yeah, we
Be
shouted
nice,
you
eh?
out. We're just bitter over here, but
No, we don't need clout. We're just like
We
we
would
love
like
you
it.
guys.
We love you guys. That's the main point.
Yeah, we don't need clout.
Right
We
now,
don't
I'm
need
not
it.
gonna lie. You can give them the. I don't care about you
And
guys.
I actually think you do look like Slow.
It's just the hair. Slobo's more handsome. Let's be honest.
He is. Slow actually. is
Slobo's
more
cock
handsome.
handsome.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Then at right back for Everton, which
Coleman is
they have
killing
Sidibe,
Ah,
but I mean, so because he's on loan, so Coleman,
Yeah, I think
I-
Coleman is doing the best. I think that's
even after the red card.
yeah.
that red card was just weird.
Yeah.
You know, I
Can
think
I? Yeah.
I think Seamus Coleman is a good right back.
Yeah,
But he's getting on. You know, he's getting older.
yeah.
Maybe allow Sidibe to try his
Yeah,
luck,
that's true.
especially. But the injury.
Yeah, but also he's on loan, so I don't know if he'll make that permanent.
Yeah, they might. You know.
But yeah. Okay, so then do they play with a 3-man midfield and a 3-man attack, right? Or is it like 4-4-2?
It changes sometimes.
Yeah,
it can
so-
be 4-5-1. It's like
Yeah, with like
one
yeah,
striker.
it's always one striker. Yeah, so the two CDMs or centre mids, Schneiderlin
Aye.
needs replacing.
Aye.
Delph, I
Aye.
feel like he's good enough,
It's fine.
but
Yeah.
he needs other good players around him.
Okay.
So that's the problem.
Fabian Delph. That team has no leaders. Fabian Delph, you need him there because he's a leader. I told you, those that one game when they were losing. Who's that against? And he's blasting everyone. We're all playing shit right now. And the other guys are just hanging their head in shame. And he's
Yeah,
the
actually,
only
they
one.
have no leader there.
Yeah, he's the only one talking.
Yeah.
So you can replace Schneiderlin, but I think you have to keep Delph just for that.
Yeah. So the thing
And
is,
look-
they do have what's the guy?
Tom Davis.
Gabaman.
Oh.
Gabaman, who
Oh,
they
yeah.
just signed.
Oh,
Ah,
ooh.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
It's
That guy.
GB.
Yeah, I just want
So I
to
don't know.
say
how- Bamin.
That guy is
Gabaman.
the direct replacement for Chris Kanake, you know?
Ish.
Yeah.
But
what
he's
do you
also,
call
they
it?
said he's also
It goes for
Better.
progressive in terms
Yeah.
of output there.
So I mean, he came in and pretty much got injured.
What is oh,
I said,
the most Everton thing?
You said.
Directly
placement. It's not even a G.
I was gonna say his name.
Yeah. It's a good direct
No, so yeah, look, ne, also they have that guy, which is cool, ne?
Yeah.
But I also think like with Gomez as well. I
Yeah,
don't
Gomez is
know
also-
because I think like Tom Davis.
Yeah,
I thought like Big Sam got it right. Like they didn't need to spend that much. If you're gonna spend 30 million on a player, that is a replacement for Tom Davis.
Yeah.
Let him be way better than him, bruh.
Yeah.
Way better.
So
You
I feel
understand?
like
Okay.
their midfield.
And he's not.
Gomez.
Gomez
is
isn't
not
that
way
much
better
I want to
than
make
Tom
a
Davis.
case for Gomez.
I think Gomez is better. I think Gomez just needs to be
Disciplined.
Not disciplined. I don't think Tom Davis can lace Gomez's boots. If I'm being honest, biblically, I think Gomez is really good, but he also needs more than other players that are really good. You know, other players that are really good, you send them onto the field, you be like, hey Kevin, do the things. De Bruyne is just there.
Yeah, he can be good alone.
Yeah.
He needs good players.
That's what I was about. The
Yeah.
things you said about Delph, same thing with him.
Yeah.
And also a bit more, because I feel like when he's him, right?
Mhm.
And he's been at a place where in his career he's expected to do this,
Mhm.
and he hasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
at all. You know, so I think that's more of the problem with him, with Gomez. I don't think it's
Yeah, his
ability.
standards were high after the one Valencia season.
Exactly.
Yeah, that Valencia.
So like Barkley, I think.
Yeah.
Not season wise, but like when you look at them, you're like, okay,
Okay,
he
he
should
should
look
be doing
like
better.
Yeah,
he should be better.
Yeah. So
Based
that's
off
what I
of
think
how
he
they
has to
play
get
as
over.
well, they look nice. So it's like,
Yeah, and Gomez was not bad last season. Let's not
yeah,
forget.
he had a good season.
He
was-
got good. He started off.
Bossing. Yeah, he was
He
shaky.
got good.
Yeah.
But I think the whole team did that too.
Yeah.
The whole team kind of stood up, and that's when he started showing, and he stood out in that team that was performing at their peak for most of them.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that Gomez, number one, needs to fix his head, you know. Number two, needs to be in a midfield that kind of caters for him. I don't think that he's like Pogba in that
Yeah.
extent. Like, you don't need to build it around him. But I do think that you need to give him something to work with, bruh. You know? He's gonna give you those balls. He can play them. He can play you in the one touch. He can do it. But it's like, why am I doing it? I suck.
Even if you don't build the team around him, he needs more responsibility. I feel like when you don't give him that responsibility, he doesn't
I see
He's
that.
not switched on.
Yeah.
I see that. I
So
see
for me, with the midfield, they have enough options that I don't feel like they really need to replace
Supply,
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then,
I
yeah.
can
So
go with
then at Cam Sigurdsson, I mean,
Sigurdsson is also shaky sometimes.
this
Yeah.
season has been disgusting.
But you won't
As
get
a
better
whole,
one.
as a team, as a whole.
For Everton, never.
You won't get a better
Yeah.
one.
So, hey, he just made just a little bit of bad form. So we'll see. Then on the right, it's sort of their wingers are like kind of all swapped
Yeah.
around. So we'll say, just for the sake of the video, on the right, Richarlison.
I think
I think
He's
their
fine.
their front three is fine.
Name them.
On the left, Iwobi.
No, are we gonna
That's
put
where I
Iwobi?
bring
I
up
heard
a
of.
problem.
Okay,
Bernard.
yeah, let's put him. Yeah, I think we should put Bernard.
Bernard hasn't been playing.
Yeah, I know. That lately it's been Walcott and then Iwobi
Yeah.
behind. But I would not. If it was up to me, I would not trust Iwobi and Walcott ahead of Bernard.
Agree.
So
Derby,
Yeah.
But not
and I think that's what he's
Yeah.
been doing. He's been benching Wilcott and playing Bernard. Wilcott
When-
hasn't like played
yeah,
a lot.
Walcott has
Walcott-
played. He just got injured.
Yeah.
No. Didn't he started that game? Didn't he?
None of them
not
have
start
been
the-
playing
None of yeah, that's what
Like
I'm saying.
that. So they've sort of between. Richarlison's been playing,
Yeah.
but the other three have been sort of competing. So, I mean, Richarlison's
Yeah.
fine, but between Bernard, Iwobi, and Walcott, you'd feel like one of them should be good enough. So,
Can I say something about Iwobi, right? Regardless of if he's playing on the wing and if he's good enough and if he can take whoever's place, I think that shouldn't even be our first talking point. You know, I think we've all agreed that Citizen has been shaky for most of the season, especially in the beginning when he disappointed everybody. I think we all expect him to kill those opening fixtures. If you guys remember,
Yeah.
he had like Everton had basically the best opening round,
They did.
and they sucked. And I don't want to say it's because he sucked, but he is kind of the guy.
No, but him sucking played a big part in the
Facts.
rest of the team.
Facts. So what I'm saying is, right, a lot of Arsenal fans said when Iwobi went, or when Iwobi was at Arsenal and when he left, that the wing is not his position,
Yeah,
know,
that
he's a
I
cat.
also feel the same.
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if you can see Sigurdsson, no matter who he is, if he's shaky, and you just bought this player for how much, why are you benching him and taking him as a winger? When this man, probably when he arrived, he said, I'm here to play Cam. You downgraded to a smaller team, right? And you can finally play, but even they're not playing you in your position. Play him as a Cam. Let him see what he can do. Sigurdsson
Yeah.
is shit, but I'll do it. But nah, you
Or
won't
placing
like
it in deeper.
You know what I think?
Dog.
You know what I think? I think he doesn't know.
that he's a
That
Cam.
he should play
Rashford
number
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think he's being played on the wing, so he thinks, maybe I'm just a winger, and he needs someone to take initiative and put him there and
Facts.
show him that maybe you could do a better job here. So he'll be fighting to play here where he's been bad consistently
Mm.
instead of trying to push here. And now that's just affecting.
In Nigeria, they played him as Cam.
Oh, for real.
Musa on the
You know,
left.
national team is different because John Obi Mikel
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Nigeria.
I'm just saying, maybe that was,
That's not to say anything against John Obi Mikel, who I actually think was phenomenal.
yeah, he killed it.
Professor of football, nah?
Professor Football.
Ruben Neves.
Yeah, I put today to make them
On
watch.
the wall, watch videos of him. Yo.
Agency playing with my
Oh,
team.
that was so depressing that he actually like retweeted and was like, "Thank you guys."
Why did they play him specifically?
Dog, come on.
What's so
Sorry.
unnecessary?
What do you say?
Why did they play him?
You could have done it to anybody,
I
bro.
also did see this is just not related to anything. I just saw recently that like a while ago, what's the guy's name for Arsenal that sort of like had like his life sort of fall apart and then
The
he was
bully.
yeah, that guy. So long ago
Ish,
on Twitter,
Ish.
he asked on Twitter, "My wife and kids are gone for the night. What should I do?"
Oh.
The next tweet, "Everyone is telling me to have a wank. What is a wank?" And the next tweet is, "A wank is it chocolate or ice cream?" They were like, "No, why did you do it to him?" And he's like, "You guys know English is not my first language. What is a wank?"
Like, oh man, the boy. Great right back though, sometimes.
Everyone went to his comments and just said, "Have a wank." Ah, banter. I love football banter.
Facts. Some of the best things that we have out there, guys. Football banter.
Speaking
Shout
of
out.
back to football banter though, Everton squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
We need to go up front strikers. And I mean, it's
It's
really
tricky.
50-50 between Moise Keane and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think they definitely need to be replaced.
I also think they should both be replaced.
Why they
Or
going to?
wait, if you can't replace them, replace the winger. One of them. I know Richarlison will get you goals, but it's not that many goals. If you get
You
someone
can't do
who
that
will
all
score
the
you,
time.
no. That's what I'm saying. If you get you someone who will score you goals from the left side as well, then you can play Calvert-Lewin, and he'll hold up the play and he'll make space for these guys to tuck in.
Where's Richarlison playing now?
On the right.
Here on the right. He played on up front.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
But then typically it'll be like Dom. And Calvert-Lewin's he's got decent hold of play. I mean, he's not that great of a football player. I don't know, man. But if you bring people around him up front who can do a great job, he will look better than he actually is.
Yeah. So it's weird with Everton. It's like it doesn't feel like they have many individuals that need to be replaced. It just none of it's working right now.
Who
The
do you think
individual who needs
would?
to be replaced is the manager. Bloody hell, that guy's terrible.
wait.
Wow, that guy's
Wait.
terrible, man. He stinks.
Strikers. Who do you think would?
Moiskin or Calvert-Lewin? Both of them are garbage.
Okay, like who would come
In
up and
to
replace
replace
them?
them.
For me,
Rashford.
I was gonna say Mandzukic feels like a great
To them.
for them.
But Mandzukic is
He
a
must come
big,
here.
That's what I'm saying.
player, he'll never
Mandzukic
be
is a
that.
big
Yeah.
player, so it's like
Mm.
he's gonna come in and be like, "This is not okay, guys." He's a senior guy. He's
Yeah.
gonna come in, teach the kids.
But
He's
then-
basically like just a small Zlatan there. He's gonna come in.
Mitrovic.
Mitro's on fire.
Yeah,
Mitrovic
I
is
mean,
terrified.
I don't understand how no one signed
Yeah,
him.
bruh, and he's been doing good in the championship again. Maybe it's just he likes the championship.
Maybe he likes Fulham.
Yeah, ish.
Bro, I
It's
don't
all about the
understand.
man.
I actually thought you guys should have signed Mitrovic.
I know you said it many times.
Mitrovic,
Gents, disappointing.
and I understand. The way we're talking about this, Mandzukic to United, Mitrovic to Everton would be great. Or Rashford. I really think Rashford should leave on loan as well. I mean, school has a point.
I agree because Rashford just needs a mental reset because
Yeah.
it's been bad.
He needs to be a big fish in a small pond.
I
'Cause
agree
right now-
disagree.
Right now he's sort of like a small fish in a big pond who thinks he's a big fish.
And he's browning.
He's getting treated like a big fish as well.
Yeah.
So he's a small fish, and then all the other big fish are like, "Whoa, that's a big fish."
You know what? You know what I think when I see him, the way that, and I'll give you a few examples, right?
Okay.
The fact that Lingard will protect him and jump to his aid, right? Lingard, who's not the biggest or the best, right? The fact that Lingard will protect him, the fact that Oli will protect him over and over again, the fact that he literally almost never takes any real responsibility or shows any real strength of character, even on the pitch. He's never the guy who's gonna say put your head up. He'll do it, but he'll only do it because that's what he knows to do,
Yeah.
right? My thinking then goes to he shouldn't be sent on loan to Everton, because if he's sent on loan to Everton, he will be an Everton striker for the rest of his life. I think it'll impact his confidence, and I think that the fact that he has so many big tattoos means that he's obviously compensating for something, and I think that it's his lack of ego. I think that he knows what ego looks like. I don't think he has it.
That's
And you
why
could
you
tell the
send him
two-
out there so that he can find him.
Okay,
bruh.
so what
That's
you
why
think is-
my solution, if you send him out, I think that he will put his mind in that state and become that. You get me? So I think you keep him on the bench and you make it clear that he's benching for Mandzukic because Mandzukic is a better player, like he did when Zlatan was
Send him on that transfer to Barcelona.
Can I say something, bro?
Yeah.
He's an academy player, dog.
Mm.
He's not Messi.
Facts.
Yet, you
Yeah.
haven't found out if he's Messi or not.
Oh wait.
An academy is there so that you guys can see if you can find your greatest players or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing to lose. It's Rashford. He hasn't given you anything so far. What he's given you, you can pay for it somewhere else. Am I like?
Yeah, you could definitely
So
buy.
you can definitely buy what he's given you.
Oh wait.
Cheaper, not even for 10. Okay, I'm joking.
No,
But
Yeah.
you
For the
can
amount you
buy.
could sell him for, you could sell him
And get
replace
two of him.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm saying is, bro, you can send him out on loan if he has that system of, if he goes down, he goes down. You have nothing to lose. What are you losing? You
Because
you
also
didn't lose
if-
Cristiano Ronaldo, dog. You have other players in your academy who might be better than Rashford in the next 5 years or something like
Because
that.
also
That's
I
the
feel
point
like-
of an academy. You create that thing in
Yeah.
your system.
If you send him out on loan and he flops, would that mean he would have been a success at United? He needs to prove himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm
if
saying.
he can't prove
Yeah.
himself at Everton, how is he going to prove himself at United?
No,
What I'm saying
sometimes
is, yeah.
flopping out on loan isn't always a bad thing. You could send him out on loan, he has a
wakes
bad
you up.
experience, and he wakes up. Same
Yeah.
thing happened to Divock Origi. We sent him out on loan, he flopped massively. He came back, we tried to sell him because we're like, yeah, you didn't succeed there. Maybe,
No.
yeah, there's no way. And he's like, no, you're not trying to take responsibility.
Yeah.
And he waited and waited for months until he got his chance. But every time he got his chance, it's like he had something to prove. So maybe that could help Rashford as well.
Also, Rashford needs a new haircut.
So I don't want to say it's bad because I've also had bad haircuts in my life. So
James, what I want to say, what I want to say is
it was
this,
a
right?
pro. It was a clean pro too.
Would you know who Stevie is, right?
Yeah.
Zidane's a better player than Stevie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you sell Stevie if, let's just put it in a hypothetical situation, for who Stevie is and what he represents, right? For a better player who is Zidane.
Would I
No.
sell Stevie?
Let's. Would you straight swap Stevie for who he is, right, and get Zidane in?
At what point in their careers? Because I'm confused. These are players who both retired.
Oh wait. I'm saying right now you know both.
Yeah.
You know whatever happened, right?
Mm.
Would you take a Stevie for Zidane swap right now?
I would not take a Stevie for Zidane.
Because he's something more, right? In your heart, the guy who that is more than just the.
No, it's
what
not
it is.
just
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
It's also if we're in trouble, we're losing 2-0 in the Champions League qualifier. I don't trust Zidane to come off the bench and score a hat trick. I trust Zidane to orchestrate everything and keep the team great the whole time. But if we're gonna pull rabbits out the hat, Liverpool wasn't a great team most of the time. You needed someone who could do that, and it's not every great player who does that. Even I'm not saying Stevie is better than Zidane. I'm saying Zidane is better, but I would trust Stevie to do that more. So I would want to have them both.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do a straight swap.
Can I say
Yeah.
what I was trying to do, but obviously
I know what you're-
was like take it away from ability. You know what I'm saying?
You should have just done that.
Yeah, because like I was
you
just
gave
trying
me
to
an
make the
iconic
example,
guy
and now
who
you're
won
like
the FA Cup,
fucking
the Champions
Gerrard.
League.
You know, I was like,
Champions
fuck, yeah,
League.
you're obviously gonna bring that up again. You always
3-0
do it.
down.
Yeah, I know.
FA Cup final the next year.
I know. What I was trying to do, what I was trying to do was take it away from ability and say, in the same way, Rashford may not become the greatest, but the fact that he has the ability to reach a certain peak, right, and become something more. You get what I'm saying? To say this academy player succeeded at my club and now is that. The possibility is worth keeping him around.
That's
why
true.
I would say don't sell him.
Yeah, that's why we're saying maybe take him out on loan, because even if he goes out on loan and he becomes way better, he comes back and becomes better, or he fulfills that potential, it looks even better because it's like, yo, he went out on loan and he worked hard and he proved himself.
He earned it.
Whereas he earned it, whereas he was
So
here
far
at
he
United
hasn't
and there was
been
no
earning his
challenge,
300K
for
a
example.
week.
Yeah, you understand? And he was just sitting there, and then he only peaked 4 years later instead of the 2, for example.
So anyway, it seems like we've spoken about this without actually discussing how Man United can rebuild their team.
Yeah.
So how do we feel Man United can rebuild?
So,
Look, nah. Find a system, James.
Wait. We must talk about how Man United can rebuild, kids. Okay. Bro.
Again.
No, don't do it again, please. I'm begging you, please. Oh my goodness, you people don't respect me. My whole life, man. Oh my gosh.
welcome back.
Gross.
So United.
Trying.
So we'll go back through it. Ah, man, that's the
Transition.
stop.
Transition.
That's
You're
a-
saying transition.
Yeah,
You're saying
exactly.
transition.
Okay,
What
so-
did you just say? Yes.
Transition.
So we'll go back through United the same way we did Everton.
Yeah. Oh,
You said develop a system.
So,
Did you say training?
alright, gents. Okay, De Gea, goalkeeper.
No, keep him.
Definitely.
Okay, alright, that's easy.
Yeah.
Left back, I don't even know who to say here.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
Replace
Keep him
Replace
as a
him.
bench option.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
firstly,
his
wait. How do we rebuild United? Come up with, have a identity, brah. First and foremost. Like, you must understand, do you want to be a counter-attacking side? Do you want to be that side? Do you want to... I think it's not...
You can be one side today and be another side tomorrow.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
okay.
But here, there's none of that. There's
Disagree.
no.
Disagree. I think if we've all watched the games, there's definitely been glimpses of different types of football. They just always don't work the same because the players aren't able to do it. What I will
Sorry, it was just my turn.
Man, why you sit me next to United?
Well, I think can we talk about this part after, like we did with the Everton?
Okay,
The
yeah.
kind of structure we followed with Everton.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
let to the players first? So I don't
De
think
Gea.
we're gonna finish.
Okay, so yeah, De Gea, easy keep. For left back, I don't even know. Actually,
Yeah, I
Young
think we
obviously
should-
replaced Shaw, so I feel like left back
replace-
definitely need a new left back.
Yeah.
Shaw as a backup left back.
Yes.
Get in Chilwell.
No. And I'll say
You know I'm
no.
laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing.
And I'll say no because I don't just want to buy the whole Leicester team. Now we just Leicester.
Me. What do you mean?
No,
we
we
just
The Leicester team
No,
is
we
great,
just
bro.
Leicester. It is. It's great. It's great.
Nice.
But then we just Leicester.
You just
We're
said
just
something.
Leicester. You know what I'm
You just
saying?
said something.
Just Southampton.
Exactly.
That's not a problem.
Exactly. That's not what I bro. For me, I
If
just
I'm just Leicester and we're winning the Premier League, I do not care.
exactly. But what I'm saying is, it would look better for me. I would feel better if we just sourced around. You know,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
something here, get something there, and look like I actually built a squad and not just poached people from one place and like all of you
Yeah.
here.
You know
It
the thing
never
is,
worked.
Sometimes you're building a squad. It's just that
It's nice scouting there.
one team just has everything.
It's just
you
like
need.
You're more. It's like you're more of either a bums or a boobs person.
Or face.
If you face, if you like that, you
If
like
there's,
that.
if there's another
personality.
team that
Yeah,
has
or
a
personality.
team full of bums, then you're
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so
team full of
left
face.
back. So
I'll
left
take
back.
I'll take Chilwell.
Definitely.
Sorry. Can you know why I laughed? Ne? Hey, bruh, I don't know. Me, I have a transfer ban. It's nice or whatever. Ne? I'm sorry for throwing my team into this, but like,
I don't even know why. You want us to talk about how you can rebuild.
no.
Then why? You do
No.
it?
There was a thing saying Lampard likes Chilwell. Did you guys see that?
Oh, that's why you're laughing because you also want him.
And then can I also say one more thing? Get it out the system. Real quick.
Man, like-
Jadon Sancho.
But everyone wants Jadon Sancho.
No,
Why
this is
you
a surprise.
laughing?
This is a surprise.
You're not
This man's
special.
acting like, bro, I'm saying right
Oh,
now.
I'm
that
happy.
all we need is Champions League football, and it's coming to us. I don't give a fuck. We'll have this debate right now, even if it's
I
Chilwell.
guarantee you, I
Well,
guarantee
yeah,
Well,
okay.
Even if
at
it's
some
Chilwell.
point, it's gonna come
Even
to
if
you,
it's Chilwell.
Champions League.
We'll get to
At
that
some
debate
point,
when
it
we
will
get
come
to
to
the
you.
right mid position.
Yeah.
Left back.
Man's talking full cities.
Chilwell, who is also wanted by everyone because he's great.
Except
He's-
me.
Nah, it's not
I
that
think
good.
he's pretty mid.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He's
good.
mid.
Okay,
I
wait,
think
so
he's
I rate
okay.
him.
Slightly
I
above
think
it,
it's-
yeah.
I think it's good.
He's good. He's not phenomenal.
Okay, Maguire.
Your centre backs are shaky in a weird way. You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
replace
I just think
Maguire.
if Bailly stays fit, gents,
It's crazy.
he
Now.
should start, dog.
For me, Bayern to Nzebe are my favorite.
Yeah.
Not saying it's the best, but my favorite
Yeah.
centre back
Yeah.
partnership.
You know what I think would have worked in a weird way?
Hmm?
Maguire.
To Nzebe.
Chris Smalling.
Chris Smalling has been killing shit.
Chris Smalling was bad because he was playing with another bad guy.
Yeah.
You can't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It definitely would have worked with the one Chris Smalling in like Van Gaal's last season because he had one great.
yeah.
He was
And I think
he's got
actually
like 6
great
goals,
that
nah.
season.
Yeah. And
But
Besides
mainly
him scoring
his
defensive and
he
really
was
well.
actually great. I was like, this guy, and then he just
Smalling is
disappeared.
definitely the better of the
yeah, or the
best.
two. It's nice to. Oh no. Yeah,
Oh,
let's just say the rest.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was very easy to lump the blame on them both because
Yeah.
they weren't at their best and they were being bad together. But if you have one Maguire who somehow manages to keep things together, he'll play people on side. He won't lose his confidence and then just be bad for the next 10 games. He's like, it happens. I'm human. These other men would be bad, and it's like you next game you'll come to different faces and be worse.
Yeah, and
So-
you can tell Chris Smalling doesn't have strong strength of character because
Yeah.
he's a vegan.
That's not where we're gonna go with that.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Eat some chicken, man.
All vegans are strong in their hearts.
That's not what you
Like
said
YG.
yesterday. That's not what you said yesterday.
This-
That's not what you
wait,
said
let me say,
yesterday.
Vegans are strong
Okay,
in
well
their
that's
hearts.
for the FU, the food universe.
Yeah. I've actually been really thinking about going vegan now.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's for the
Sorry.
food universe. We'll get there. So
Yeah.
for the centre backs for United, it's again we're shaky there, but it feels like we shouldn't be. We have Lindelof, Twanzebe, Maguire, Bailly.
Yeah.
It's like
Smalling when he comes back.
Smalling if he comes back. Jones. I mean, he's
Jonesy.
still there, but I wouldn't count him
Rojo.
as the decent one.
Rojo.
Rojo's there. He's better than Jones, but at least that's not saying much.
Rojo's just
So again, it feels fine there.
Bad.
Right
Does he
back.
still play for Argentina?
Right back. Wan-Bissaka.
Wait,
We
we
just
finish. Send it back. I think you don't need to replace though. You already have Twanzebe.
just work on it.
Yeah, just work on it.
Yeah.
And trust the younger player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
right back, I think we're fine with Wan-Bissaka and Dallo.
Yeah. Dallo
Hey.
should play ahead of Wan-Bissaka even.
Can I say, are we going to do the
I
Wan-Bissaka
was
thing
just
right
injured.
now? Let's just get over and done with, or do you want us to come back to it?
It's simple. We do it like this. No, done. Let's continue.
So the point is that someone put in the topics, Wan-Bissaka is overrated. Explain yourself.
Oh,
So-
looking at me. Everything I post has a question.
I
in it.
literally looked at this guy and then this guy because I know it
Okay.
wasn't him.
Everything I post has a question in it. This literally just says
Okay, look.
Wan-Bissaka is overrated. Like,
Not even a full stop. Where's the punctuation?
What?
he's looking.
There's no
Wait,
punctuation.
No, I'm
Nothing,
looking
it's
at exactly where there's no punctuation.
There's no punctuation. There's a question mark.
Okay, so I'm
question mark.
done with you wrote that, right?
Okay, no.
No.
It doesn't matter who wrote it.
It's
Just
you.
write it.
You wrote it. That's the Reece James agenda.
I don't talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay, so
But let me tell you my point. It doesn't matter who wrote it. Let me tell you my point. Me, because I believe this. Let me tell you. Look, Wan-Bissaka is a good right back. Sharp. Defensively strong. Wan-Bissaka is a centre back. Gents.
Hey, Wan-Bissaka at centre back would be amazing for you guys.
Wan-Bissaka is a centre
It would be
back.
like your Mantis.
Gents,
I feel like
listen.
it would work in a back three, but not a back two.
Can I tell
Yeah,
you? You
yeah,
know what?
like Kyle
You know
Walker.
what?
Yeah.
You know why this man's quick? This man tackles, standing or slides. Fine, fire. But now if you're out wide and you do those things, do you know? The stats lie to you, bruh. You're like, oh, he's making so much tackles. He's
He
giving away
wins-
position,
he
bruh.
wins tackles but loses the ball.
Yeah, so
It's giving
someone
away
said he's
position,
like
bro. And-
he's like, what's it? Like not a last man defender, but like a desperate defender.
Yeah.
Last
Can
No,
man.
I
and
say
then-
why I disagree with the centre back?
Let me
It's a
finish.
small point, yeah.
Okay. So you know what? I'm like, bruh, this thing, you're giving away possession. It's good that you're making the tackles. Statistically, or whatever that is, fine. But football-wise, nah, bruh. This man, these things is giving away possession. As much as he's winning, he's giving away. You know, because throw-ins. Or if
We
you
need that
slide-
throwing coach from
Yeah, or if
That
you're gonna
can
tackle the
change
ball, it
my
goes to
club.
that other guy. He's
He has to go
exposed
tackle
there.
again.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. This guy, offensively, ish.
Yeah.
You know,
he's not there. Though.
before United signed Wan-Bissaka, I
So-
was saying, don't sign him. You already have someone who's better.
You have
than
someone who's
Because
better. Dallo.
Well, the thing is, again, it's like Dallo and Wan-Bissaka would make a full, complete right back, where it's sort of like
all together.
yeah, because Dallo doesn't have the defensive side, and Wan-Bissaka
Yeah.
doesn't have the attacking side.
But you know the thing is with that, you learn that. If you play him, he's going to learn. He
At
won't
some
be,
point,
he
yeah,
won't be
don't-
the best in the world
Yeah.
like that. But he's going to grow
Yeah.
and be
Yeah,
good
but-
enough here to justify playing him.
Yeah,
as a
but
defender.
right now we can't because our centre backs are shaky.
But you have no one who crosses the ball.
Can I say
So
for
your
the
whole
Okay, you were saying
yeah,
centre
for the
back.
centre back thing, I think most of his tackles are successful because he makes them in space, you know, and because he can't afford to dive in like that because he's not in the box. Once you get him in the box, you'll notice how shaky he kind of becomes, and he'll only make that tackle if he's 100% sure. You get what I'm saying? So when it's a different situation positionally, you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that he's really good when they're running there because that is kind of
Yeah,
his
yeah,
most defensive
yeah, yeah.
situation. But I don't know if it'll work at centre back. Maybe.
I think
we'll
that's why
get-
Hudson was like in a back three.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably.
okay, yeah. I
So,
get you.
so
I
the
just
other
wanted
reason
that
I'm
too.
saying he's overrated, bro, people just looked at, wow,
Now
this
you know
man's
who said
stats
he's
made,
overrated.
wow, a lot of tackles and whatever. And it's like, oh, he
You
has.
know-
And then when he's quick, you know, like, he comes at you, boom, tackles. But football right now, my guy, every player needs to be good. Football nowadays, teams, when they become so compact, football is always here on the flanks. This is why
Yeah.
your fullbacks need to be good on the ball and off the ball.
And
And
was
this
the
man
same.
is not great.
Can
at
I-
that.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, that's
He's
what I'm
okay.
saying.
And
Yeah,
Dalo
I
is
think
way
he's okay.
better than him.
I wait,
Offensively.
do
this is
think
what I
Dalo
wanted
is
to
better
say. This is what I wanted to say. When we had this conversation and you told me Dalo is better than Wan-Bissaka, I agreed,
Yeah.
right? But what did I say? I said that besides making them one complete player, we don't have a right midfielder. In Dalo, we have someone who can run and defend, beat a man and cross.
Yeah.
Just play him there. You have the perfect right
If you
flank.
could do that,
Yeah.
And
it
then
would work. But
when he's injured, if one of them gets injured, and they're both out there, you have no
It's fine.
replacement.
No. They
Well,
can
then
figure that
if-
out later.
Yeah,
Okay,
dog,
okay,
for
okay.
real.
And then if Wan-Bissaka gets injured, Delo drops, Dan James comes on.
Yeah. So anyway, on the right
He's on the
side,
bench there.
you don't. As a result, you don't need to
Yeah,
replace.
we have bench
In
players.
terms of
man.
buying anyone, you don't need to because you need to move on. You don't need to buy any right back. You just
Okay.
need to figure.
Yeah, we need to
Figure it
sort
out.
sort out the situation with that.
Sorry, we're going in that topic, but to clear off this topic, the overrated thing.
Yeah.
Do you
That's what
agree
I'm
that
saying.
he's
That was
overrated?
more
No,
like just a
because
rant, not a
you
topic.
you can't overrate him because he's not rated. You know,
He's-
even how we
he's
are. No,
rated,
no.
but-
What we do is excitement. What we do is like, oh, most of his ratedness is based in surprise. Agree or disagree? His whole rise has been surprise.
Ah,
None of you.
weren't you just the one saying
That
that,
was-
this man?
think
that
about
was
it.
this
last
man
season.
weren't you
Think
guys the
about it,
one
think
saying that
about
this
it.
man is
Right,
better
dude.
than like Trent, Reece?
Why are we
everyone?
saying that? Yeah, dog. I agree in certain
Defensively?
places. Yes.
Defensively.
There was no defensive chat. I mean, I
Actually,
remember,
there
I
definitely
remember, I
was.
remember hearing,
Wait,
I remember
from
hearing
me.
saying that this man is better than Trent. Do you remember?
Well, you remember James, and
We
that's
would
still
have
true.
literally.
And
again,
what I think is-
Trent,
never
I
would have
said-
said that Wan-Bissaka is better in any way at attacking than Trent.
Okay.
That is a ridiculous statement that is
I-
incorrect for everyone to say.
Mhm.
In no world is he better.
I heard that.
Never
and-
have said that.
I don't want to say it. Let's continue.
Listen, dog. All I'm gonna say is right. Wan-Bissaka can't be overrated because technically he has performed to expectation. I'm not saying that he's the best going forward. I'm not saying that he's the worst. He tries, and like you say, you get better at defensive. There are ways to get better at least moving the ball.
You know, I think he needs to practice it.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
He's not gonna give you the best crosses, but you can learn to fucking cross, bruh.
Yeah, no one
And-
was just born with a golden foot, man.
There we go.
Everybody practiced.
Except Beckham.
Beckham practiced like crazy.
But also he
Unknown.
was born with a golden.
Guys, Sir Alex literally said, David Beckham.
Yes.
Everyone thinks he was just.
Yeah,
but
He was.
practices more than everyone. Puts it overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Cross,
doesn't.
cross,
He
cross.
doesn't play like someone who practices a lot. He plays like
Yeah.
with
He
a
plays-
natural
yeah, it looks-
elegance.
it looks
But
so-
Bah.
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, this isn't a praising Beckham thing.
Wan-Bissaka's overrated, yes or no?
Every day.
For me,
Wan-Bissaka's overrated. Away.
for me,
I feel like I just every point that you made.
No. Just answer the question so we can move on.
yeah.
No.
For me, he's rated. He's not over or underrated. He's just rated.
I would say slightly overrated, but that's because people talk about the best aspects of his game as though they are better than they truly are. But I think he's closer to rated than overrated.
Okay.
Okay, so then we move on to, we'll say United play in the same formation, sort of, with a midfield three, with sort of two more defensive, one more attacking. So then for the defensive midfielders, Scott McTominay, because he seems like he's the one to start there.
I need to think so hard. I would say keep him.
I would say he's definitely one to stay, but for the other one, which is like Fred, Matic, someone. Fred he doesn't play there anymore. I don't know why.
Who would you
It
pick?
worked.
We're supposed to play.
Pogba plays there sometimes,
yeah.
but I feel like we need another defensive midfielder.
Ash, can I say something now?
Matic.
Look, nah, for me, nah, I'd say Matic, Scott, / Pereira, Pogba, nah.
Oh wait, I get that.
Can I ask you a question? What year is it?
No, like, Ash,
No,
I don't
No,
know.
what
what
year
year
is
is
it?
it?
That's the question.
Oh, what? Oh, for Matic,
No, what year is it?
right now,
Yes.
2019.
Okay, the guy that you keep bringing in
Matic.
this conversation.
Mhm.
When was he
Ah,
nice?
okay, so
When was he last a good player?
I
But the
think
thing is,
focus
look
more on
at-
the formation than
No.
you just did.
I know what he's going for, but I'm
Rather,
saying
yeah.
it's like
oh, the player's not great. Okay,
He's
I'll
no
wait,
longer
that's
what
true,
he used to
Yeah,
that's
he's
true,
not
that's
even
true.
close to the guy he was with Kante and Matic there.
Okay,
That was.
that's true. But now, do you think discipline and what Fred has that?
No. We're not saying he's.
So that's why I'm saying like who's gonna bring the best out of each
with
player.
That's what
current
we're saying. You
team
need
that
to
you have.
replace them. We're not saying figure something out there.
Well, I'm saying you
that's
don't-
clearly not good enough.
You can't go out and buy. I'm saying there's no need to buy here. Just
Oh, you're talking
play
about.
with-
I
So
think
you're
they
saying
need
we
to
don't need
buy.
anyone else
Okay,
in that
you need to
position?
buy,
I
but
think
ish,
it-
you
it-
guys, you
it-
can't. This is not FIFA. You can't always buy.
No,
And
no,
you don't
no.
even buy.
That's the
You
thing.
need
That's the
bet
thing.
every.
That's why I said they should keep Scott
This club
because
is
they can't buy
annoying.
2 new midfielders. Keep
Yeah, you need to
Scott,
buy. You need
who's
to buy.
decent,
Yes.
and buy this guy.
For
If you're
me-
not gonna buy,
Yes, I feel
Okay,
like
Leicester. We're
Ndidi-
going to Leicester.
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, Ndidi, Tielemans, and Madison.
All of them.
we
All
just
of them.
need that midfield, but Pogba can.
And Chilwell.
Yeah.
We're getting them all. We're
Yeah.
just gonna get the whole team.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
remember, I told
but
you guys
also-
last season Vardy. I would take Vardy. Remember?
Yeah,
that thing
but-
with
I
Vardy?
did see that.
Just a quick swap deal with Rashford.
Yeah.
But yeah, so another Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
He will not come. He will not come to United. I don't know if he'll make the downgrade, but that man, imagine McTominay, Partey, and Pogba. Pogba, because Pogba needs to get in
Yeah.
more attacking role.
Can I go for mine? I think that the midfield template is wrong as a start. I don't want to play double pivot.
Yeah.
I want to box with. I think Ndidi can do that job, and I think I think he can because I think he has the energy.
Yeah,
and I
he
think
does,
and he
definitely.
can carry.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Do you mean more like
even him and
Liverpool's?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
we
think
were playing like
I
that.
can agree with that. The shape of having a double pivot and then one at the top
Yeah.
is not the best one. Just
Yeah.
have this.
Yeah. Even
Just
that is
have
fine. Yeah.
this. And
Yeah.
have a
You know, I think why this is like that is because then they say this.
Yeah, the box to boxing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why Herrera was so great because Herrera enabled Pogba to go forward and he would clean up a lot of the shit.
If you play this, have Pogba here. Pogba will destroy.
Yeah, because Pogba on the left there, I think,
Mm.
I don't know, McTominay, for some reason he likes going forward since he scored the goal against Arsenal. And I like him, so I feel like he should play. So McTominay and then someone like Ndidi or Partey
Yeah.
there. Holding, cleaning up, passing.
I would remove
But then
McTominay.
you remove McTominay because McTominay is
Someone
doing what Ndidi and Partey would
Well,
do.
because McTominay is sort of.
Because Ndidi and Partey do go forward as well.
So you're
No,
saying, yeah, but I'm saying we need to have 3 players there.
Yeah.
Also, you want one who'd be disciplined.
It's not to
and
say that he's just like
I think you're
static. It's not like a
think-
static
okay.
midfielder who doesn't move. You know, Thomas Partey, even the job he does.
Because
for
when
Atleti, you
it seemed
go-
like
Yeah, so this is-
them.
And you'll win the ball up
Yeah,
high.
but it's a big zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just basing it sort of off
Because I
Liverpool's
felt like
formation with like
yeah,
Fabinho.
that's a-
And even with Fabinho will also have.
Yeah, so Fabinho does that. It's just then McTominay is the Henderson, where he tries to get involved more forward, but he also helps out defensively.
Mhm.
So it's like 75% defensive,
I'd
50%
put in Pereira
defensive,
then for McTominay.
40%.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not rate Pereira anymore.
Yeah,
I once
there's
thought he
no
was
one
good,
there. bruh.
But now
But-
he's just made me. So I don't know. I don't know.
I
what
would
the
put
word is.
I would put McTominay there. I like him. He's solid. He does the job.
I'd put
So I
him
feel like
I
if McTominay in a midfield of Pogba and Partey doesn't look bad at all, because
No
those.
one would look bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. So McTominay, he does everything you need him to do in that midfield. You don't need Pogba, Tielemans, and Partey. You don't need Pogba, Madison, and
I would
Partey.
destroy them.
I think we would. I think we could do
You
that.
could.
What I
Yeah, you could.
It's just you
We're
want
definitely
McTominay
gonna
to
sign
You'll
play
be
like
destroyed
that.
on the
No, I'm saying
counter
you
though.
could.
Yeah.
You could, but we like again. I'm trying to not be like FIFA.
Yeah, because even Thomas Partey, this is just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
We have to, with Ndidi, it could happen.
Mm.
It could happen.
My midfield thing, right? Ndidi, Pogba, McTominay out on loan because I think that he needs to work on his game. I think that he needs to be a proper box to box, which
Yeah.
he isn't.
Mhm.
I think that you put Fred in there, and I think that Fred can grow into the season. I still trust him.
Would you trust Fred on the right side or on the left?
On the right, I give him on the right because he's left-footed,
Yeah.
right? And I think he can spray balls over the top, right? Which is a big part of the game, which we could develop, especially with Dan James, whatever. I think that having him and Pogba play a little bit more further up the field would give him more freedom to make the mistakes,
Mhm.
right? And I know that he can sit as well. He can drop
Yeah.
in between. So he
So-
does give us that like kind of, I don't want to say complete midfielder, but he can do a lot of jobs, right? And he might not do them all well, but play him in a way that we could forget about his weaknesses. I think he is a confidence player, and having him, stand up. Again, I'm not expecting a signing, but I would like to replace him after a while.
Can I just
Yeah.
say something as well? Like the shaky thing about like buying a player who's like established and already good is you guys can make them suck.
Yeah,
which is sad.
Your recent track record has been
Yeah.
poor.
Yeah,
It
you
has
know,
been poor.
I wouldn't like to see anyone who I
Who you
enjoy
like
watching or like
have a
whatever,
downfall in their career.
which is
But
shaky, man. But
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to
We
put
need to
them in the
rebuild, and it's
system.
difficult.
Also,
Yeah, where they
speaking
will
about a
thrive.
system, right? You guys play with the two attacking fullbacks, centre backs, and the midfield that are kind of more. What's the word that you use when you say things are like conservative,
Conservative.
like workhorses? Let's call
Okay,
it that.
yeah.
Right, right. What I'm saying is
Henderson type players.
our fullbacks are more defensive in Shaw and Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
I'm saying that would give
And
me
8
more.
yellow cards.
In fact, bro, can I tell you, you guys know this, you play FIFA with me. I don't mind yellow cards. I like yellow cards.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
this
reds.
man-
Even when we were talking, remember, there was somebody who said something about a red for Seamus Coleman. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. Even the Aurier red, it was stupid. But I don't mind a red,
Yeah.
dog. I think a red is...
Who
I
was
like
that
it.
that got the
Fucking
red
good
where they
red.
just turned it back and just went in on the man? Who was that by the halfway line? Or just a couple of game weeks ago? Who was
The
that?
like cowardly one is
Yeah,
what they called
who
it.
was that?
Oh, I remember.
Which game?
It was like
Against Southampton, I think.
Villa or
He was going
something
in and
like
just
that.
turned his back and just.
And Donny, he left.
Yes.
He
yes.
got the red card and left the club.
That was beautiful. Cowardly man. But yeah, what I'm saying is, I think that would give us more freedom to say Madison, Pogba, with Ndidi. Yeah, because I do think that Pogba, if he had that midfield, he would be more willing to do more of a job. You know, and if he isn't, then fuck him. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that because our fullbacks are more defensive, it
Yeah.
could work in a system to have more attacking midfielders.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially because Madison, who next season I'm predicting is going to be a madness. That man, you know what he's
Gonna
doing?
be what?
He's going to be a madness. Man. You know what? He's like,
Madden.
he's playing shitter than last season, but because he's trying to develop himself, dog. Like, he's taking so many shots, and that's why Vardy is also kind of
Yeah,
mixed up. He's trying to add the goals to his game. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose,
I
but if
think
he
he
is,
is.
like he's mentally doing that, that's that's even better than him adding goals to his game.
Yeah.
The fact that he can see that I should do this and develop as a player,
Yeah.
that's some shit that I fuck with.
Okay,
That's
we
what I
move
have
on.
over Ericsson. Sorry.
So we'll go to left wing, which is I don't know who to put there. Let's just put Rashford there.
Mm.
Needs to be replaced.
Yeah. Needs to be replaced.
I'm not mad at it. I'd say Rashford and Dan James.
Okay, but you know the thing is with Rashford is he doesn't know when to cross, and
Okay.
he doesn't cut in.
He
So
doesn't.
playing him out wide, how does that benefit you as a team?
Thanks, coach.
Based on the counter. Based on the counter, dog.
So
Yeah,
let's-
based on the counter, great.
That's all.
If you can catch him in a more central position and you
Yeah.
ping the ball over the top to him.
So for me, what I think this isn't like specific positions, but with the whole United attack, I feel like we just need one left winger that is like, I am playing and I am playing at left wing. I do not care about Martial. I do not care about Rashford. They're worse than me. I'm playing. So then the coach is going to be like, okay, Martial and Rashford are competing for striker. So then I feel like we don't need another striker there, because then Martial and Rashford, since they've always sort of played together and have never felt under that much pressure whether they're going to start or not, unless when Zlatan was there. So it's like, then Rashford, he'll want to play. That guy likes to play. Martial is going to be like, pressure, I'm better than this guy. I need to perform. So that Martial, I feel like, will be a good enough striker. Rashford will be pretty much as good as a backup striker as you can get. But I don't know if he'll be happy playing backup striker, but he likes to work hard, so I feel like he'll do it, and then also be able to replace whoever the left winger is if they need to rest a game. And then on the right wing, I'm happy with Dan James there, because so far he's done well. He's a hard-working player. He's got the pace. He's got the fitness. He's got the right attitude. He just needs to sort of work on his like crossing and end product a little bit.
And stop faking head injuries.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that was bad.
There is an issue that I'm thinking about in this system. You guys are getting Mandzukic. It appears as though you're getting Mandzukic, right?
Yeah.
You get him. Are you planning to play him on the left or down the middle? Because you could
Yeah.
play him on the left
Yeah.
as your wide target man. You know he's done it before, and That man will play anywhere and do a job. But then Martial and them should also know not to get in his way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because those guys
They like to drift.
Yeah, they like to move to the left, but they don't want to play on the left. So how would you guys
Well, I
fit
feel like
that in?
Martial at least he likes the striker role more
Yeah.
than Rashford does. Rashford likes to say, I want to be able to play anywhere, so then when he gets on the pitch, he plays anywhere.
Rashford is disgusting.
Whereas
as a number nine.
Martial as a number 9, he holds up the play well, he dribbles, he finishes. I feel like he's a great striker if he just stays fit and has some competition and motivation to play well.
It makes me sad that he does the one thing, you know, that a striker is supposed to do, and Rashford doesn't. Like, just be around the box.
Yeah.
Just be around the box. Ah.
My kind of setup would be Dan James and Rashford competing. For everything that you said about Rashford, the same about Dan James. Because I think that Dan James is that guy. I think that he will stand there and say, okay, I am left wing now. Set. You know, I think that he can compete with Rashford. I think that he does do some of the stuff that you said Rashford doesn't, cutting in and crossing specifically, right? I think that Rashford will be able to add that to his game. I'll say Martial should play down the middle, and I think that, again, because we haven't seen him in a full season, I think that he should take that spot, and I think that that's his over Mandzukic. I think Mandzukic is our bench player. I think Mandzukic is the first sub that we make. I'm sorry, bro, hard it, but he is my player.
No. I
He's the first sub
know.
that
I'm
we
just
make.
high because
Yeah.
then what's the point?
The point isn't that we're buying him to be on the bench. The point is that we don't have any strikers right now.
But there's also one thing that you've not mentioned.
What's that?
The right.
Right. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Jadon Sancho.
Ah.
If not,
yeah.
suck my dick, he's coming. And if he doesn't, right, I'm perfectly fine to say, develop the low dog. That's for me the most realistic option.
Yeah.
That's what I want, dog.
But also,
I think-
the Sancho would sort of say, okay, I'm playing at right wing, you guys compete for the rest, so that would sort of just invert what I was saying as well, so then just Dan James on the left, then competing for striker.
What do you mean? No, but then Dan James on the left would compete with Rashford. I don't think Rashford touches Martial or Mandzukic. I don't think Rashford touches Martial on Martial's worst day.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Rashford's just sort of like a competition player for these guys to
trying
motivate
to get
them
into the
and
space.
to try and pick up his own game.
Oh wait,
What's going on?
Look, I think you guys need a left-footed left winger.
left winger.
Yes,
Hmm.
a mature left winger.
Yeah.
Who can also play on the right.
Dembele. Natural both-footed left or right winger.
Okay, wait. What about that guy? He's Welsh. Brooks. He's right-footed.
He's left-footed, I'm pretty sure.
David
I'm
Brooks.
not 100% sure, but
I think him.
he's also versatile.
Because he plays left, right, or can.
Bring Januzaj back.
I would actually say bring Januzaj back
Oh, that.
over getting Brooks.
Because now, you just need a left-footed player who can
Depay.
touch the left wing.
Don't you guys have a
Because Martial, I mean, this guy, Rashford cannot cut in to save his life.
Zero.
He does not hug the line. He just goes for goal kicks.
It's just weird.
So
He
this guy, who's this guy? Wilson. Is it Wilson? No, this new guy.
Brooks.
Who's your new guy? James. Sorry.
Dan James.
James can play on the right, but you'll have no fun there. If you get a left-footed guy like Januzaj, for example, he's killing it in that place, La Liga. He's not killing it, but like
He's improving.
You understand? Even Depay, dog, because Depay can cut in properly. You know, like they're on the left. I feel like if you get a left-footed
Left
player,
Just we need gigs. We need gigs in his prime.
This is what I'm saying, right? James, Rashford, Mandzukic, Martial. All of them can play on the left. Some of them claim to be able to play down the middle, right? One of them can play on the right, who's James, right? I don't think the right would be fair to James because I don't think that that's his position. I don't think we should force him in there. I think that we should keep him there on the left and say, buddy, it's either you're going to start or you're going to be down there. We're going to put you on at halftime if we need you to do a job down there, but I think that his position should be left, man. I don't want to force him into that shit. Because like we're talking about Iwobi and Ainsley, it's just...
Yeah.
Look at what happened with Rashford now. It's, you know, that thing, bruh. Academy players, left wing guy. Angel Gomez, we played him at left wing. He played shit. Why did he play shit? He's playing at fucking left wing, bruh.
Yeah.
Play him in his position or don't play him, bruh. Give him that left. I think for Dan James, I don't think he'll do as well on the right. But I do think that Jadon Sancho will when he comes through after we get Champions League football.
From what we've discussed, it sounds like Man United is a bigger rebuild.
Then you
Needs a
thought.
bigger rebuild than Everton.
Yeah, because
oh,
the standards are higher.
And we haven't even mentioned
The manager.
Yeah.
Or higher up than that.
Nah, higher up than that, they don't care.
Yeah.
Don't
It
even bother.
matters. That's why we're never gonna get Sancho.
If you guys finish above Chelsea, that would be impressive. And Tottenham.
Ever or this season?
This season.
If we finish above Chelsea,
And Arsenal, actually, that would be impressive. If you guys finish third
I'm going to offer to
or
Felipe.
fourth. What?
And above Leicester.
It sounded like that's where you were going.
What did you say?
It sounded like you was going to offer to Felipe.
To finesse
Or
me?
you should fillet him or something like
Fillet
that.
him, what's that?
What's that?
sponsor tranny.
What?
The way
That
it
was
was,
a good
I
time
thought
to
he was.
change the conversation.
Ask him what it means. What does it mean?
I thought he was like, if United finish above Chelsea, you must suck my dick.
Don't touch me,
literally
don't
feel
touch
like
me.
that's where it was going.
If United finish above Chelsea, we're not gonna care.
No. Okay, look.
I
I'm
want
saying
top
if you guys finish top four, that
That would be a good season to you.
for you guys.
So,
Yeah, that would be impressive.
I
you know,
definitely-
because, like,
I agree.
I feel like you guys have a lot of problems than the other teams there
Yeah.
who are fifth
Yeah.
in the top five. You have issues, guys. It's bad.
Fix
So if you finish,
Yeah, everything is fixable as we just discussed.
if you finish, if you finish fifth, it'll be impressive because the league can change anything. But like,
it just takes a month.
Not really.
One good month, you've only
second half of the season, everything can change. Basically,
Yeah.
you understand?
January.
You can have good striker, good things, good manager. Even Ole can change him. Like everything can change. So if you finish fifth, bro, that would be impressive. Somewhere there. I'm just gonna put that.
my thing right
Just
now.
know you have a lot of issues.
I
Just
think
know.
it'll be City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then United. And that's just saying like if we do finish, that's probably
Arsenal,
the lowest we're
Leicester.
gonna finish. Arsenal, Leicester have a chance, but I like Leicester, man. I don't want to badmouth them. Yeah, Leicester could beat us. Arsenal won't beat us because the Arsenal. Tottenham won't beat us because Tottenham are a club in decline.
That's
Memphis
true.
Depay.
Memphis Depay.
That's true.
Memphis Depay.
Depay, guys.
I think we can do that.
We should open up a restaurant.
Depay, guys.
You lie. What?
Aye.
Hey. So
I guess that's it from us this week.
United
Oi.
have lots of problems.
And the youth players are overrated.
We'll get to that sometime.
No.
And this was the FU. Shout out to Mbali. Our day one homie.
No guys.
Cut that out.
So thank you guys for watching.
Why did you say that? Sorry. Thank you guys for watching.
We appreciate you guys.
See you guys next time. Peace.
Out.